Hello, we are students from Social Studiecka and we'd like to have a small interview with you about business in gastronomy. Why did you decide to do this business?
Thank you for introducing this interview, and I'm glad to speak to you about career of the entrepreneur. As a small child, I wanted to start my own business because it has many advantages. You can say there is nobody who can decide something except you. You can also take time for this thing you do, and the more energy you give in this project, the more results you get.
What's your priority?
My priority is guest, and I think it's not only the hospitality industry. The priority should be guest in all industries, because he is the one who decides if your business will run successfully, and you should put the guest and customer first always.
Do you prefer small pay but work what you like or high salary but boring work?
That's the question, but I think it's not a good question because you have to start from the beginning of your working life. As a student or as a newcomer after graduation, you just have to start working. You have to try to learn as many as you can about life, about your job, about the colleagues, about your customers. And later on, if you stay at the first company minimum 1 year, you can then decide which way should be the best one for you. But don't have high expectations at the beginning of your working life that you gain a job with a high salary and it will be wow, super job of your life. But I think there is no boring job because if you are motivated, you have a vision, and if you work on your own, you are getting better and better. And if you really like your job, you learn to like your job, you will be also good in it. And if you are good in your job, the salary increase will come sooner or later. And the main message is that your job or your working life is not a stable situation. It's a way, and it's up to you how exciting this way is.
That's true. If you could decide to do this job again, would you decide this way?
Absolutely yes, because if you work in the hospitality industry, in a hotel, there is no day like the other, and you always meet really interesting people, you solve different situations every day, and it's a wonderful job.
What's most difficult about your work?
Well, there are several things that are rather difficult. First of all, it's working with people. Second one, if you are doing active sales, personal selling, you have to accept sometimes a high level of decline, but you don't have to take it too personally because it's not about you, it's about the other people. And also there is huge competition in the hospitality industry, so it's hard. And you also one of the marketing rules is that you don't have to tell lies. You have to tell the truth to the customers, and that's also the point that if the customers have high expectations and the reality is then not so good, they will tell you and they are not satisfied, and the satisfaction of the guests and keeping on the high level of service and quality of service is sometimes
in terms of your parent, what did you do well? What did you didn't work so don't like thinking about it?
Well, with my team, we try to reach budget every year, and we succeed in it twice in the last 2 years. So it was a high success for us. Well, I personally think that I'm a good problem solver. So it's kind of a complaint manager. I work with other people, and so if there is a problem, my colleagues or people come to the guest to solve problems. But I'm really proud on it. It was not so good. At the beginning of my career, I tried to find a balance between what the guest thinks and what the colleagues think. And in one situation, it was some kind of unclear situation. I trusted to my colleague. But after several months, at the end, we lost the client. After several months, I found out that my judgment was false and that the customer was right.
From your point of view, what is the most difficult when working with people?
Well, working with people could be sometimes challenging, but it's always interesting. You have to accept that everyone is different and that everyone has different expectations. And in case of your customers, there is always a gap between their expectations and the reality. And you have to try to put it in a balance. In case of your colleagues, they sometimes don't have a good day, but you have to motivate them to reach your goals and to stay calm also in some critical situations. So you have to be a good problem solver and you have to stay calm in all situations.
Sounds like you're successful. So if you work in a certain team and you would become chef, what would be the most difficult thing for you?
You know, as a team member, you have certain relationships, certain friendships. The relationships to your colleagues is a little bit different as if you become a team leader. Maybe first some people from your team could envy you. Some are scared how would you treat them. Some want to use your friendships to get some advantages. Maybe. I think if you are in this situation, you first have to tell them, show them that you are the same person as before. And second one, you have to get their respect through your behavior, that you are treating all of them fair, that you are motivating them, and that you know your vision, the goals that you have to achieve, and that together with all the team members you are able to fulfill it.
Okay, so thank you for the interview very much. Good luck in your job.
Thank you too.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice day too. Bye.
Bye.